Here are some advanced Emma Frost tips as fast as I could possibly tell you. From a guy who's already hit GM in Season 2, I've got a 68% win rate with her, and since I'm in GM, I'm playing top 500 and one above all people in every single game.
All this. Get here, get here, get here. Trust, it's really fat, it's fat. Commit heavy, commit, it's fat, it's fat.
Oh, dude.
Got them all.
So this isn't going to be a walkthrough of abilities. I'm going to explain the best ways to use every aspect of her kit. Let's go quickly. So first thing to discuss is Emma's Carbon Crush, her dash grab. This ability is obviously incredibly strong because that entire time while you're holding and then slamming them, they are vulnerable to take damage, which allows you to quickly take out anybody that threatens or tries to make any sort of space, and it overextends just a little too much. Obviously, that's standard on the kit, and it really helps set up your kick into walls and such because it allows you, gives you a little bit of time to relocate and find a place to kick enemies. But you got to remember that grab dash is your best anti-dive tool that you have as Emma Frost. Do not be afraid to jump dash so you get some height with it to try to get some people out of the sky. As you can see in this clip here, I look for an Iron Fist who's trying to escape. I jump up, grab, and slam him into the ground. And this just happens to be 100 Thieves Terra, who's an absolutely disgusting Iron Fist.
I got him. Oh, shit.
Emma's grab is potentially the biggest counter to Strange's portal plays, because anytime someone enters through that portal, if you have the jump on them because you're defending and you go into your grab combination, it is very difficult for somebody to survive that combination that quickly. They get KO'd very fast. So anytime anyone enters a portal, try to get a pick early, and it puts the fight immediately back in your favor. It's why Doctor Strange is in a tough space right now, because Emma absolutely bodies him, especially if he comes through first. The next tip about Diamond Form that I want to mention is that it is really good just because you are CC immune. You've got to remember that when you're in this form, nothing can stop you. So don't be afraid to just walk at supports. You don't always have to do your perfect combo where you're kicking enemies into wall. Instead, don't be afraid to use that dash to take some space and just go pummel the back line. If you apply enough pressure with this Diamond Form, you cannot be CC'd out of it. So if you are able to just walk at them, it forces everyone to turn around and look at you, giving your team a ton of space. Before I show more tips, likes, follows, shares, comments, all that stuff helps me immensely. Come over to the live because we have drops right now. Let's keep going. Next, let's quickly talk about the best ways to use her shield. The most common way to use her shield is to put it down while you're building your pulse as you gain that damage from firing, and you use it as a tool to just kind of absorb damage. And while you should use that all the time, it's not the best way to use this ability. This shield's value is in that you can place it anywhere, including very far away. What I would highly suggest doing is trying to place it behind tanks or enemies that are overextending so that they cannot be healed up. Doing this will net you way more picks as a team than you would expect.
I'm blocking his heals, nice. Fat damage.
Also, it's a really good escape tool when you're coming at a Diamond Form in a dangerous position. You immediately cancel throw shield and keep walking, cancel it, and just try to find a way to mitigate as much damage so your team can heal you up. Emma plays Super Smash Bros. Better than anyone in the entire game because she has the best edge guarding ability with her kick. Her kick is so valuable and so scary due to its short cooldown. This kick is on a 2-second cooldown, so don't be afraid to try to make plays with it. Jump at enemies, try to edge guard. If you have any sort of off map nearby, try to make plays with that. Obviously, you can use your choke slam to throw them and reposition to kick, but just use that ability as much as humanly possible anytime anyone's near a wall, because it does significant damage and it has just such a short cooldown. Outside of that, it's just a great AoE ability. If there's a stack of enemies close by, don't be afraid to walk into them and try to pummel them all into some sort of structure, because forcing them into a tight location and grouping them with that kick and displacing them is just such a valuable tool, and it helps your team follow up with a bunch of damage. Don't sleep on the damage boosted kick, because you can actually do things like take out Cloak and Dagger during their ultimate. So now let's talk about tips for Emma's ultimate, which some people think isn't good, but trust me, it's incredibly strong. So Emma's ultimate can reach about 30 meters, which is insane. That kind of range will help you shut down things like Star-Lord ultimate, so get creative. Note, you're also CC immune during this ult, so don't be afraid to pop it if you know something like Wolverine is trying to ult you. My best advice for Emma's ultimate is to try to find some high ground prior to using it, whether it's a car, a wall, a building, anything. Because you have such a long range with this ultimate, if you're able to peek over shields, it just forces everyone to get hit by it, and it's very difficult to have everybody in the team relocate their shields and abilities up to an off location while your team is still fighting them. If possible, try to get someone's Psychic Spear pulled out prior to the ult, because it actually will take damage from the ultimate as well. And last but not least, this ability is really good into support ultimates such as Invisible Woman, because it forces everyone to walk in your direction, allowing your team to push in. And since it does tick damage over time relatively quickly, it'll help combat the healing per second that is done by all these ultimates. So especially if you're rocket boosted, you'll actually see them losing health over time instead of combating them to gain over time in those ultimates. So it does a good job of almost counteracting support ultimates. And once your team gets coordinated and understanding who to focus during those fights, you can burn Invisible Woman during these ults and just make sure sure that you essentially remove the strategist ult from the game. So that's going to do it for my advanced tips for Emma. If you like this kind of content, I'll show and love here, coming over to the stream. All that stuff means a ton to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.